did anything bad happen, realize no, and think, oh, okay, I can sleep. I can sleep.
Success.
Yeah, it was a success.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Learn English with Teachify. Hello, Mickey, Will, how are you?
Woo!
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good, thank you, Lewis. How are you, Will?
It's been a difficult week. I'm trying to get through the week, but no, I'm pretty good at the moment. But Lewis, how are you? Go on.
I'm not bad. It's been a long week. I'm a little bit croaky, because as we mentioned last week on the podcast, we had planned to go to Madrid to meet up as a team and have the Christmas party, the end of year party for Teachify. A great moment to get together, do some team building, and have a great time. And it just happened that we went to a karaoke place 2 nights in a row.
Yes, we
Who
did.
does that? So
I don't know how many details we should give during this podcast YouTube video, which, by the way, guys, remember to subscribe and tick the bell and the notifications and all of that jazz. And also send it to your friends, because you can just use the share button. Send it to all your friends.
Send it.
But yeah, I don't think we should go into too much detail of what happened. We should keep it very light. But I think I'm confidently can say that we had a very good time.
I would say that we had a ball, we had a blast, and this reminds me of karaoke as well, because I could say, I'm having such a good time, I'm having a ball. So for those of you who don't know, to have a ball or to have a blast is another way of saying to have a great time, to have fun. And we definitely had a ball. Right, Will?
We definitely did, but every time you mention karaoke, my throat just kind of compresses. And I remember that all of the songs that I have to say we collectively destroyed. And now when I go to Spotify, obviously everybody knows that Seal's Kiss from a Rose is the greatest song of all time. I cannot listen to it now because all I think of is the karaoke where one of our wonderful teachers sent me a video of me singing it, and I think, oh no. So that song's dead to me now. I have to find a new favorite. Yeah. But Mickey, did you sing karaoke as well?
I didn't sing a solo, but I got involved in some of the group karaoke when we did a bit of Bohemian Rhapsody. I think we all got involved in that. And to be honest with you, I think I was pretty drunk.
Busy speaking to people, being a sociable guy as you were.
You know me.
That's a more professional answer than what Mickey was about to say. No, I think I was pretty drunk, and yet you were socializing, speaking to people.
Yeah,
I like to meet new people, see where the night takes me.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. But so today there is no plan, there is no topic. We're just going to have a little chat about our weekend and about what we did and about the topic of kind of team building and meeting up with your colleagues, because it's become less and less common now that many people are working remotely, and that is obviously our case too. So a few quick questions. Mickey, what would you say was your highlight of the weekend? What was the thing that you enjoyed most?
I mean, it would have to be Tottenham winning.
Oh.
I'm joking. Do you know what I enjoyed? I was a little bit sad that some teachers couldn't make it, because it was, some of the teachers are even in South America, I think at the moment. We've got a few. Some of them were a little bit poorly. They were a little bit under the weather. They felt a little bit sick, so they couldn't make it, which was a shame. But to be honest with you, it's one of those things when we have team gathering, which is once or twice a year, is we never realize actually how important it is until we do it, because afterwards everybody leaves feeling very connected, and you just feel a little bit closer to your colleagues, which is quite nice, even though we don't actually see them that often. So for me, the highlight, I quite enjoyed the meal just because I like eating and I'm a fat bastard. Not as fat as you, Lewis, because I think I made a bit of a mistake. I don't know if you noticed, Will, but actually I made a huge mistake of sitting next to Lewis and Mark, who are two fat bastards. And they ate everything. They basically ate everything that came out. So yeah, next Christmas meal or next party that we do, I'm going to stay away from Lewis and Mark and try, doesn't mean I'm getting closer to you though, Will, so calm down.
Oh, no. I don't want. I want my own personal booth where I enjoy the conversation and everything, but the food, I don't want anyone touching my food. Okay, all right.
That was it for me. What about you guys? What was the highlight for you?
I don't know, Lewis, for you?
It's interesting because it all kind of turns into a little bit of a blur, because and this is not because of drinking, I swear. It's because I arrived Friday evening. As soon as I arrived, everybody else was already there or just about to arrive. And then I was speaking to a lot of people all night. It was a late night. And then we woke up, went bowling. It turns out that Mark is an absolute champion bowler who got 4 strikes in a row. He'll be glad that I mentioned that.
His ego now, honestly, I bet he can't walk out of his living room now with his ego so big after that.
We can cut this part out.
No, we'll just let's not even mention him or give him any credit.
But seriously, we had a lot of things planned and we went from one activity to another. And as soon as we woke up, we went out and did something. And it all kind of turned into one big celebration of being together. But the thing that shocked me the most, and like I surprised myself at it, is that I don't usually sing a lot of karaoke, and I usually try to stay away from the microphone. But you know, the mic was available. I started singing, and I was just like singing my heart out, which is why I still don't have a voice. I'm very hoarse, very croaky.
And to be fair, Lewis, it's something I was very surprised at both of you for singing, because we know that Mark is a bit of a performer. He used to be in a band. You know, Iona, Sean, you can see that they are the types of people that would get up and sing. But I was very surprised actually how keen both of you two were to get the mics and sing. So well done. That was it was quite impressive.
Karaoke. It was a hit. It was definitely a good decision. Maybe not 2 nights in a row. We could have just done it on the Saturday and not the Friday as well. But I'd say that was one of my favorite moments. And of course, I love eating, as Mickey alluded to. So the meal is always a highlight. It's always one of the most enjoyable moments. But yeah, Will, what would you say? Is there anything you'd add to this about your favorite moments?
Honestly, I really enjoyed everything about the weekend, but I have to say that my favorite thing is just seeing everyone, because there are a lot of teachers that we haven't or that we hadn't met before. With Paul, Sean, Christina, James, we hadn't met in person, and it was nice to see everyone and have a proper chat that was outside of business, outside of business, and especially as a lot of the times I'm telling people off. So when someone may have mentioned, "Oh, I thought you were really serious," and then they realize that I'm a disaster in life. It was
I just remembered
nice.
Something else. Like, sorry, Will, I was just thinking as you were saying that, something else that I quite enjoyed was, I don't know if you remember in the bowling, but obviously everyone has different levels of ability when it comes to bowling. But I found it very interesting how the whole team was very supportive of everyone who was bowling, whether you were good, bad, average. Like everyone was fully on board with encouraging them and helping them to, get involved. And I thought that was quite nice.
I remember
Except
this
us.
as well, and maybe Will's about to say this, but I remember me and Will being like, "Come on, Mickey, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can hit a pin. I believe in you."
I was so bad. I think
No,
I can't
I
remember
was
now.
worse. So just kidding. Just pulling your leg. Just taking the Mickey.
Yeah, but it was, I think the whole weekend, I feel it was a success, unless I missed something. But I don't believe I did. I believe everyone had a good time. And honestly, it was, to end, to go to bed and think, did anything bad happen? Realize no, and think, oh, okay, I can sleep. I can sleep.
Success.
Yeah, it was a success.
No embarrassing moments for the next day.
We got one more year, one more year until it all happens again.
But related to this topic, do you think it is important for any team, any company to actually meet up physically, even if it is just once a year? Or is it possible to just be in different parts of the world and connect via Zoom and stuff like that in order to feel like a team?
I think my personal opinion is I don't think it needs to be, okay, this is the Christmas party or the end of year party or the summer party. Like, it doesn't have to be like a labeled event. I think it's quite nice if teachers, well, in our case, for example, if people were to just meet up whenever they wanted with their team, if they were traveling to that city. Like, for example, when I go to Madrid quite often, I always send Will a message. I'm in Madrid, let's go out for a beer. When I came to Brussels once to see you, Lewis, we went out for a beer. And because I'm one of those who kind of move around, I always stay in contact and I try to see teachers. Like, at some point, I will go to Valencia to see my family. I know that Mark's there. I know that Christina's there, so I will try and see them as well while I'm there. So I think you don't have to be like a big event, but I think it's quite nice to have that possibility to see teachers when you are in those places. But obviously, you have to put the effort in to do that. That's not the question. I've just answered an incorrect question, haven't I?
No. It was a good answer, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think the importance of like reaching out to people, getting in touch with people, and making the effort. Really, if you don't make the effort to, I don't know, connect with other people when you're at work, then it's not going to happen naturally. So, got to give it a go, give it an effort. That's what I'd say.
I think also there are companies where you have, for example, maybe they recruit only from different countries because maybe it's cheaper, maybe it's easier. Obviously, the market is much bigger, but the staff turnover is much quicker, and the quality is not as good. And I think is something that we do quite well, which is unite all of the teachers. And then there's a bit more of a family or a closeness between the teachers, so that if one student has a teacher, they could say, oh, I had teacher with Paul last week. And you go, ah, yes, Paul is great, blah, blah, blah. So I think there's something important to that, is you reduce staff turnover.
I think if anyone is not watching this podcast on YouTube, please watch it and just watch this particular section, because Will's hands are going crazy right now. I'm trying not to laugh as you're speaking because your hands are like, I don't know what is happening.
I had this yesterday. Oh, by the way, because both of you are running the same thing, can you just do the double fingers up? Because I've got a feeling if you hold it,
I haven't
long
updated
enough.
mine yet.
Oh, you haven't updated it?
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Because I had a student and it happened yesterday, and he was speaking and he was talking about investment, etc. And he was saying, no, because on the second round of investment, and then all of a sudden the balloons appear. And I thought, oh, wow, this is punishment for using my hands too much.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we said that we were going to keep it short and sweet this time. It was just a little bit of a chit chat going over what happened last week in Madrid for the Teachify end of year gathering or Christmas party. But we also used some expressions whilst having this natural native British English chat. And I'm going to kick off by using a great expression, which was to have a ball or to have a blast. So remember and think of Queen, that I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. So to have a ball, to have a blast is to have a very good time. That's my idiom or two idioms for the podcast. I'll pass it over to you, Mickey.
Yeah, I've got one. I was just thinking, I was trying to remember, did I use any? Possibly, you'll have to listen back and try to pinpoint those. But one that you can use is to drink like a fish, which obviously means to drink a lot. So this weekend, all of us drank like fish. That's my expression for you.
Exactly. And just to go over another one, which is relevant to this topic, because we went out in the city, I would say that we painted the town red. So if you paint the town red, it means that you went out partying in the city and had a good time, essentially. So the Teachify team painted the town red.
It's funny because I usually say in psychedelic colors, take that as you will, but I like to paint the town in psychedelic colors. It's an alternative
like
version.
It's very unique. Well, I'm going to have to relate it to the karaoke and the drinking. I think, as Mickey said, we don't usually do this because sometimes we need to feel a little bit more confident, and alcohol gives you that confidence. It gives you the Dutch courage to do that type of thing. So when I'm sure you've all seen the films when someone's at the bar and they're like, oh, I really like that girl. And they say, oh, go and talk to her. And they're like, okay, hold on. And they take a shot and then they go. That shot is Dutch courage. Okay. They need that alcohol to give them that push. I think that's, we did a lot of Dutch courage over the weekend. I thought
we did.
You were talking to a lot of girls.
So on that note of awkward silence, thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of Learn English with Teachify. As Mickey said earlier, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to Learn English with Teachify on YouTube, and share it with anybody else who would like to hear us speaking naturally in English, teaching idioms, and having a bit of a laugh at the same time. So thank you so much, and don't forget to Teachify your life.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.